At what age did you discover this is the best way to cook meat? I'm going to start by cutting this piece of meat into strips. This way it cooks evenly and stays juicier, preparing a very flavorful meat, and then I make smaller cuts as well. After cutting the meat this way, I place it into hot oil to fry it well. As soon as it touches the oil, it starts browning quickly. I let the meat fry on one side. Then I flip it to brown the other side too. One side is browned. Now I turn it so the other side can brown. This gives us a tender texture inside and golden outside. I leave it for about 3 minutes on each side. It's nicely browned on both sides. Now I've removed it from the pan. At this point, the smell is already delicious. I place it back on the board for the next step. Now I cut the meat into smaller pieces so it absorbs the seasoning better later. Just sear it because we're going to finish cooking it afterward. I've already cut all the meat into little pieces. Now I transfer it to a bowl to continue with the recipe. Now I'm going to fry it again. This time in butter that's already melting. This gives it a more intense and delicious touch, bringing out the flavor even more. I've already fried the meat until it's nicely browned with a beautiful color and an irresistible aroma. I turn off the heat, remove it from the pan, and set it aside. Now, we're going to prepare the sides. For that, I'm going to use 1 onion. It adds sweetness and smoothness to the dish. I slice it thinly so it cooks quickly and blends better. And I add it to the preparation. I'm also going to use 1 yellow bell pepper, which adds not only color, but also a special flavor. I cut it into strips. I've already cut the onion and the bell pepper. Now, I add them to the pan and start sauteing them slowly using the same butter where we cooked the meat. That way, we keep all the flavor. Now I add the fried meat, mixing everything so the flavors blend. And I begin to season it. 1 teaspoon of salt, the right amount to bring out the flavor. 1 teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of black pepper, which adds a slightly spicy touch, and 2 tablespoons of mustard. I also add about 2 fluid ounces of soy sauce, which adds color and a unique taste, and about 3½ a fluid ounce of water to cook along with the seasoning. Then I add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch dissolved in about 3½ a fluid ounce of water. This helps to thicken the sauce along with chopped parsley that brings aroma and freshness. Everything combines and takes on a delicious color. I let it cook for 2 more minutes, stirring constantly so it doesn't stick to the bottom until the sauce thickens and forms a rich and flavorful broth. It's a great way to change things up and get out of the usual routine. Surprising the family with a dish full of flavor, achieving meat that's tender, juicy, and impressive. I turn off the heat. The meat is ready, and the sauce reached the perfect consistency. Now, it's just time